record the discovery calls just so we can just have a chat
Yeah.
kind of off the record and
Yeah.
just sort of explore how we can help each other.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
I love to keep it because it is a part of my memory. As a memory, I want to keep it in my
sure.
laptop. So
Okay,
that's why.
sure. So I'll work out how to send you a copy of this once the recording has finished. And
Yeah.
I will just be glad I put my lipstick on because now it's official. So are you,
Nice.
you're an English teacher?
Yes, Ruth. So am I pronouncing right your name,
Yeah,
Ruth?
perfect. Uh-huh.
Oh,
Okay,
thank
and
you.
tell me your name again slowly, please.
Uh,
Ren,
Renu.
Ren,
Renu.
Renu,
No.
Ren,
Yeah.
Renu. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, Renu. That's a good start. Yeah.
Yes, it's fine. No worries. No worries, Ruth.
Okay.
So yeah, actually, you have you visited my profile? I
Yeah.
think so because I updated it due to my busy schedule and I was completely occupied. So I wasn't able to go made that one, but yeah, last night I updated
Ah,
because
okay. So I checked it yesterday, so I don't know if I saw the old version, but you help lots of people. You help business people, you help
yes,
kind of women at home, I suppose.
yes,
Good.
yes.
Uh-huh.
Because in India, Ruth, it is very like challenging to grasp this language, to be fluent in this language, to
Mm-hmm.
observe and analyze the nuances of this language.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I decided, no, I can do that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm trying just,
Yeah.
yeah.
And it brings you joy. It's something that you love.
Yes,
Good. Yeah.
yes,
Yeah. Me
yes.
too. There's nothing like it. Helping people make that progress and
Yes,
um, and being the person, being that the right match with them. Yeah.
yes,
Yeah.
yes. I feel very always from, I would say, when I was too young, from that time to here, I always get fascinated by this profession all the
Okay.
time.
Teaching
Yeah,
or languages or both?
yes.
Oh,
Teaching, teaching.
okay. Yeah. Yeah. That's interesting. Me too. I began teaching art and design, and I
Mhm,
got to English teaching later in life.
mhm.
So, but the pull into teaching was really strong. I'm a giver. I'm a nurturer. I like helping people.
Yes, I visited your profile, so that's why I approached you. Okay,
Mhm,
because currently I have started to invite native speakers to know more about this language.
mhm.
And so that I can also filter somewhere if I'm lacking
Uh-huh.
and I'm able to acquire something else from your end, guys. So I can do that. I love to do that actually.
Yeah, yeah. So, I know you know our friend Jenny, and she's a pronunciation coach.
Yes.
I mean, she's great because she specializes in teaching teachers. So not
Yes.
just how to speak, but how to share that knowledge with your classroom, which
Mhm.
is it's a great skill. It's really fabulous. And you did
Yes.
I think you did a live with her. I haven't seen it, but
Mhm.
you did you
Mhm.
interview her?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Jenny is the first, uh, like I would say, pronunciation expert to whom I invited on
Mhm,
my YouTube channel.
mhm.
So yeah, she is such a wonderful person. I think everyone is so beautiful because
Oh,
earlier I had a fear that how to communicate with native speaker, but somewhere I want to take this challenge. Okay, no worries.
mhm,
Life is an ongoing process. I have to learn something. I
mm.
have to explore. I have to give a chance to myself.
Yeah,
Let's see how it goes.
yeah. I mean, she's very calm. She manages to just kind of give her calmness and her empathy. I don't know. I feel like you're an empathetic person as well. I know I am. And it's just like, it's kind of how we lead people and how we help people. But you're right. There's practical skills that we need to acquire. And um, to a point, we should never stop trying to improve. But at the same point, we should also become who we are as well. You've already got great skills and knowledge. So, like, certainly keep acquiring skills, but actually how can you use your skills best now to help people
Correct.
is also a good question. So do you work online or do you work with classes of people, or how do your class, what's your class
Actually,
structure?
yes, actually, I'm taking only online classes
Okay.
over Zoom only.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Is that groups or individuals or both?
No, individual. I prefer like only individual because
Okay.
it is convenient for me and for my student as well, so
Okay.
that they can feel free to share everything and be comfortable.
Okay.
And I also want to focus more, and it is fine for me as well to concentrate during the class where they are lacking actually, so that I can find out the weak areas and I can conduct my session accordingly.
Okay, okay. I
Yeah.
mean, like one thing that we do have that we could help you with is did you see we had the online teacher, like we've got a sort of compatibility service. So if people are looking for an online teacher, like we can help people to find the right teacher. It's something that's I feel's missing in the online world. Um, and previously, when we had big language schools running the business in the industry,
Mhm.
you would have a discovery call, and then they would match your needs to a specific person. And now
Mhm.
online, it's the client trying to do this for themselves, which it leads to problems because a lot of clients don't know what they're looking for. They
Yes.
say, oh, I want to speak better English, but that doesn't actually give you the information you need as to how they're going to learn and what style or type of English they need. And there's lots of different ways of
Yes.
teaching English. Like, so I teach English for a specific purpose, but I also work with refugees, and like there's no overlap between these language classes at all. Like one's necessity and one's kind of refining the language for professional contexts. So yeah,
Mm.
it's just to help people with that initial process. But if you're interested in that, we'd love to have you on board.
Mhm.
Um, so you just fill out the form, you give the details about who you help, and how you what's unique to you as an English teacher, really. I presume
Actually,
you're mostly teaching Indian people, or do you work with people all over the world?
yeah, currently I'm taking only Indian student, but my target to teach international error. And
Okay, yeah.
that's why I'm interacting somewhere native speakers to understand more and more.
Mm-hmm,
And
mm-hmm,
already this language is ongoing process.
mm-hmm.
There are so many things to learn.
There's
Endless
always
journey. It
more. There's
is.
always more to know, though. Nobody knows everything. And the people who know all that there is to know about the English language are the people that can't teach it, because they don't have a simple understanding of English. They have a very, very layered understanding. And then they go into a classroom and they just give a monologue about grammar, and that's the opposite of what people need. So yeah, you're doing great. I'm sure you're doing great.
Yes, yes. Actually, I booked this introductory call because I want to know more about your role. Because you mentioned that non-classroom learning and non-traditional learning.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to know, I have very limited knowledge regarding this. And honestly speaking, this is very first time when I came across such kind of profile where this kind of thing mentioned, okay, non-traditional.
Yeah,
And
I
so I want to know.
I'm not anti-classroom. I think classrooms are a brilliant way to deliver practical English lessons to a
Mhm,
large number of people.
mhm,
And so, like, classrooms do have their place. I'm being a bit provocative with my language about no classrooms. However, um, there's there's a level, an English level, that you don't improve sitting in a classroom. You improve by immersion, by kind of being in different contexts and having to work. So what I do is coach that level of English speaker. So they come to me in Scotland for a week for a holiday, and then I'm beside them. I share that journey with them. And then I take them, we do a little bit of targeted language practice in the morning. So um,
Okay.
you could call it traditional learning in that sense. We use
Okay.
resource books, we use worksheets. This is my classroom though, you know, it's really um
Okay.
right. It's a non-traditional space. I've designed it to feel like a home. I've designed it to feel comfortable. You've got these nice
Wow.
sofas and chairs. We've got coffee and tea. So
Wow.
we relax and we chat and we have conversations, and then I use this time to correct people's English and to coach their English. So it only works in a small group, or it only works with individuals. If I were teaching 20 people or 30 people, like, yeah, classrooms or Zoom would be the format to use. But secondly, I'm of an age that I actually find it really difficult to sit and listen to people in classrooms. And
Oh,
I get restless. And so I'm hoping to attract other people like myself who get restless. So I don't see the point of being somebody in, I don't know, Spain, India, Japan, getting on a plane and coming to Scotland to sit in a classroom to learn
yes.
English. What's the point of that? So like we go out and we have adventures. We take like one of the things I was just writing about on my blog today was the steam train ride. So it's
Mhm.
this amazing train journey that you take a steam train from one part of Scotland to the north through the mountains, and you actually can see the Scottish Islands by the time you arrive at your destination. It's
Okay.
beautiful. Um, and then part of this journey, it's where the Harry Potter movie was filmed. So you go over the viaduct that's in the film, and it's very touristic, but it's really special. It's really the best landscape that Scotland can offer. And,
Mhm.
you know, it's me in my car with my student. We're talking, we're driving, we're sharing a train journey, we're talking about what we can see out the window, we're having conversations. But I'm still coaching them with their English. If they make a mistake, I'll correct them. Um, so for example, another example is we go to a museum in Glasgow. It's called the Burrell Collection.
Mhm.
And I mean, it's a fabulous kind of collection of sort of ancient objects from around the world. And we it's recently been modernized as a museum. So in fact, it's trying to now be um, to sort of tell the story of acquiring the objects as well as just showing off the objects. So there's obviously kind of a lot of history there to discuss with people. There's the objects themselves. And so depending on the student, one of the lessons we do in that museum is either comparatives and superlatives, because it's arranged by theme, so not just by country, but you have like kind of some of them are themed by color, some of them are by material. So it's a real natural place to kind of make comparisons between the objects to say which we prefer. Um, and um, and then for maybe more advanced students, we look at the development of the museum and we practice the present perfect, because there's been this big change in the museum, and it's a really great place to just kind of say, look, they have made it more accessible.
Nice.
There have been there are there have been more people visiting since the museum opened than ever before. Like a lot of the conversation around this is perfect for just practicing the present perfect in context. So in the
Wow.
morning, if the student needs it, and normally they do, let's be honest, it's difficult. We review the present perfect through the students' own examples, through their life, through their work, through their own projects, kind of here in my no classroom. And then in the afternoon, we're just out in a museum exploring Scotland and just seeing wonderful things. And it's super visual. It's really visual. I mean, I need to track down the source of the statistic, but when we're learning, and particularly when we're learning language, if we just hear stuff, we remember 10%. If we write it and hear it, we can remember 20 to 50%. But
Correct.
it's visual, it's higher. It's like
Like visualization, I think we
60%.
can understand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the other beautiful thing about it is, like, I use a lot of drawings to illustrate when I teach. Um, so um, when the student, like, if we're telling a story and I'm drawing a picture to illustrate it, um, not only does the student understand more, but the student's brain feels like they're understanding all the English. And that's
Mhm.
such a confidence builder. It's such a boost. It's not cheating. It's absolutely valid. It's just a lot of language learning is arguing with your brain, and your brain going, no, I can't do it. I can't do it. I don't want to do it.
Correct, correct.
Yes. But if
I
you
completely agree,
I
100%.
mean, we have these conversations with our students, I'm sure. But when you're telling a visual story and it's illustrated, and I make sure that all the difficult um like vocabulary or language is understood at the time through sketching, just really rapid sketching, the people in the room, the person I'm working with has this complete
Yes.
understanding of the conversation. And now, do they remember every word? Not at all. Does that matter? No, because it's impossible. But what it is a really
Yes.
positive way of experiencing English learning.
Wow,
Yeah.
it's like amazing, I would say,
Oh,
Ruth. Amazing. Like,
oh.
really, I'm so content. And I completely concur with your ideas that it's really 100% proven. And that's why a particular person explained the entire story of a particular movie of 3 hours, 4 hours in a
Uh,
beautiful manner.
uh-huh. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, do you work with movies a lot then? Is that one of your sources? Or how do you teach?
No, my teaching skills, like I would say, Ruth, very simple.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, as a teacher, I believe I have to understand first the psychology of my student,
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm-hmm.
according to evaluate their level, what the level is.
Absolutely.
And I always try to plan the lesson according to their interest so
Mm.
that they can learn and they can enjoy a lot.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
I don't want to impose any typical topic and whatever which they don't like, so I do the same.
Mm-hmm.
And the second thing, I ask the first question that what your goal is, because it should be there clear in your mind what you want to achieve. There
Mm-hmm.
are so many things to achieve in this language. So what is your goal? Every student has their own perspective to see this language, to grasp this language, to find out the goal. And I would say 50% students, they only know I want to speak in English, that's it.
Mm-hmm.
So there are so many challenges also as a teacher to understand the psychology and how to make them understand, okay, this is the right way for
Mm-hmm.
you
I have
to.
I have an exercise that I use with my when I meet new students,
Mhm.
and I don't know if you have in India, if you have like a culture of keeping aquariums and fish tanks. I don't know if that's
Yeah,
something that
yeah.
you do. Right, okay. So I kind of ask people to draw a picture. I call it their English fish, and it's
Mhm.
their starting point, and they draw the fish tank.
Mhm.
And I say,
Okay.
like, if you're drawing a picture of how your English is now,
Mhm.
what does it look like? And
Mhm.
so maybe they've got a few little fish that they learnt at school. Maybe like it's for them to pick the metaphors really. But
Yes.
then they've got maybe some stones, some plants. Maybe the
Mhm.
water's a little bit murky and dirty, and it needs clean, fresh water. And then
Mhm.
I ask them, right, okay, what do you want your English to look like at the end of this course? And then we talk about that, and they draw a different picture. Now, quite often they just draw a few more fish in the water, but
Mhm.
you could have a bigger tank. You could have more plants in the water that's going to help the fish be healthier.
Mhm.
You could just redesign the balance of your tank completely. And
Mhm.
then as a final exercise, I say, right, future fish, what do your
Mhm.
future fish look like? And then we have some fun. I mean, we can just draw fantasy aquariums. Some
Mhm.
people set their fish free. I think that's a metaphor for going out and speaking English in real life. Some people have
Wow.
really big fat fish.
Mhm.
But like wherever it takes them, it really helps kind of create this um kind of visual goal, not just words, but something that they can
Yes.
clearly aim for. And, you know, at the end of every English lesson, just add a little fish to your page or a fish to your tank. That's what you learned. Your aquarium's just got bigger and it's got richer. And it's motivating. It just really helps motivate people.
Yes, it's true, Ruth, because motivation should be there.
Mm,
And this is also the part of my like teaching. I always try to keep them motivated because it's very natural in human nature to
mm,
get demotivated very soon because it's long process. You can see the progress very slow, very slowly you can,
yeah,
inch by inch.
yeah,
Overnight, it's not possible. So I
I
have
know,
to make them understand, okay, do
I know.
whatever you are doing consistently,
Mhm,
result will come automatically,
yeah.
right?
I mean, it is important in the fish tank step and the middle step to kind of be clear about
Yeah.
what's a reasonable expectation. I mean, if
Yes.
somebody's booking 1 hour of English with you and
Mhm.
per week for 5 weeks, they're
Yes.
not going to get a shark. They're going to get a couple more fish. I mean,
Yes.
it's to do, but they understand as well what's possible with the
Yes.
maximum amount of investment from them as
Yeah.
well. And I mean, I'm really lucky. I genuinely do
Mhm.
tend to work with really motivated people because
Yes.
I also tend to work with people, and again, because of the no classroom narrative, who haven't liked English in the
Mhm.
past. I
Mhm.
don't tend to work with English language learners who are really good at learning English. I tend to I tend to work with people who are really motivated but have a
Yes.
really big mindset issue and think they can't do it, or they didn't do it at school, or they didn't do well, or for some reason something, a bad teacher, lack of confidence, something has put them off.
Yes.
And then conversely, they've got a life change that they need to learn English in. So they're super motivated, but they're
Mhm.
also just short of believing that they can do it. And
Yes.
I like helping this group of people, especially because they're the people I can best help, because I know I can make it interesting and I know I can lead them through the difficult.
Yes. Yes.
And yeah, if somebody's really happy sitting down with a tower of textbooks and a giant book about phrasal verbs, they're not a great match for me, because they can do it themselves, and they'll have a different need from an English language teacher.
It's
I'm
true.
like a come on, you can do it.
It's true, Ruth. I also like, as per usually what I do, I pick up some topics,
Hmm.
and sometimes I love to discuss related to situational base. Sometimes like picture description, I will provide them a picture. Okay, try to observe that one.
Hmm.
Try to illustrate that picture. Try to
Okay.
use your own mind and try to push it
Yeah.
because and
Yeah.
try to enjoy. No need to take so much pressure.
Yeah.
Enjoy. This is only a part of a process.
I
Okay.
know. And that's again where I'm lucky, because like I get people on holiday, or I mean, when I work online, they're not obviously not on holiday, but I
Mhm.
kind of help people who are like, it's designed to feel relaxed here.
Yes.
And
Yes.
that again helps people when they're super stressed about it. There's no way they're going to learn well. They've got
Yes.
to be enjoying it. And some teachers can do that easily and make learning fun and enjoyable. For some, they're not, it's not their speciality and they're not interested in it. That's good. We're all different. And
Yes. In
yeah,
my case, I always try to make my first connection emotionally and whatever it is, Ruth. It is very important for me.
yeah,
Like, I
yeah.
want to create such kind of relationship
Mhm,
because for the learning process, it is very important so that they can share their problems,
mhm,
where they are lacking, why it is happening, why they are demotivating,
mhm,
why they are feeling sad.
mhm,
So, because it should be clear, fresh, with the fresh mind, they can learn something new.
mhm.
Otherwise, it is again, I would say, challenge for a
Very,
particular.
and we always have to remember that they're vulnerable. Like they
Yeah,
are feeling at their most vulnerable when they're speaking another
yeah,
language. It's a
yeah.
horrible feeling when you don't speak the language well and you need to. I think I'm so impressed by people that can do it and do it and do it regardless. And
Like
yeah.
earlier, I was not able to, like a few months ago, I wasn't able to understand native speakers. I wasn't able to speak more than 1 minute. It was
Mm,
a the big challenge for me, I would say, Ruth. But
uh-huh.
yes, I worked so hard, and that's why I'm here.
Yeah.
And still learning attitude is there.
Hmm.
I'm learning, and somewhere I'm trying to make Indian people's journey so easy so that I can provide them such kind of conversational sessions so that they can understand how to communicate at least.
Hmm.
This is my purpose.
Perfect. Okay. Well, I mean, obviously you wear your heart on your sleeve. And do you know this expression? You have your heart in your sleeve. And like you're leading with your heart, you're leading with kindness. And I think that's
Yes.
such an amazing asset for an English teacher. I mean, I don't we don't all need to do it the same way, but it's also how I teach, so I can identify it in other people.
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
it's true.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Well, I do have like hopefully you'll be able to get loads of good resources on my website for helping your students. You've got your gem
Sure.
section to share, uh,
Mhm.
and then like the blogs, the videos. What I need to do is check out your YouTube videos because
Mhm.
I'm new to this. Uh,
Okay.
but yeah, like if we, use any videos and share those resources with the people you work
Yes.
with, of course.
Actually, Ruth, it's been 3 years I started my YouTube channel,
Okay.
but earlier I provided my content in my native language. It was in
Okay.
Hindi.
Okay.
So now I started this journey with native speakers, and
Mhm.
every Friday I posted Jenny, the video with Jenny,
Mhm.
and every Friday I will upload a video with native speakers.
Mhm. Mhm.
So it would
Cool.
be like that for future.
Yeah.
So this is
Yeah.
my aim.
Okay. So just interviews because I'm producing a little bit of drawings and things to illustrate different vocabulary lessons. So please
Mm.
do share them with your students.
Sure, sure. You can
Yeah.
enjoy that process with your family and friends.
Mhm.
Can like go for a trip, for
Mhm.
a picnic, and try to enjoy that process. Okay.
Well, you can do this too. You can build excursions into your teaching. And I mean,
Yes.
it is more difficult online. That's a different conversation. I do it,
Yes.
but that's a whole different conversation. But
Mm.
if your students are in the same city as you, you can visit a museum together. You
Yes.
can meet for lunch together. I mean, a lot of people think you can't do immersion English when you're not in the country. It's
Yes.
definitely more difficult, but it's
Yes.
incredibly possible. Find out which museums actually have guides and presentations with the English language, with like signage in the English language, and visit them as a class trip. And there you've got immersion English. The only rule is everybody has to speak English together.
Yes.
And
Actually, thank you so
there you
much. I'm so elated.
yeah, no, it's great. Look, I have been recording this, as you know, I think.
Yes.
So I'm quite happy with you. I'll work out how to send you a copy of it, but I am quite happy with this sharing this on your YouTube channel. Are you
Sure.
happy to do that?
Why not? I can share that one. Why not? We
Why
can
not?
share. Yeah.
Yeah. Are you happy if I share it on my socials as well?
Why not? You
Perfect.
can. Yeah.
Job done.
Okay.
I do it twice if you can do it once. I
No, there is no harm.
think.
Like that's why I'm connecting myself to the native speaker, and I'm really so elated with the help of social media. We can connect internationally,
Yeah.
and we can exchange our ideas.
Well, LinkedIn is
uh,
such a great network of
Right?
support. I know
Yes.
you have a problem, you just reach out and you've got people who can help you
Yes.
do it.
Yes.
So, no,
And
absolutely.
yes, and I think by God's grace, the people to whom I'm connecting, they are so humble
Mm.
and such a lovely, wonderful person they are. Till
I
now, I
know.
have met. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm excited about helping people all over the world. I just am, and yeah, if like I don't help anyone in India yet, so thing for me.
Yes. Yes.
You know, I just think that's really exciting. I love it. I love that kind of cultural exchange and collaboration. It's
Yes,
such a
yes.
motivator.
And I think with the positive attitude, we can do anything.
You can. You really
We
can.
can.
Stirling Castle for years now, as I grew up quite near it, and in the beginning it was quite barren, bare walls inside and out, and now in a period of about 20 years it's become decorated and it's a really pleasant place to visit. They've gone to a lot of effort to try and recreate the original artwork and furnishings in styles which are authentic